Hello, Healthy Cravers. This is Marge. Welcome to our channel, The Healthy Cravings. I want to share with you one of my favorite recipes using a green vegetable called bokchoy, or known as Chinese cabbage. This is savory and easy to make at home. So keep watching and finish this simple process. If you are a new craver in my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And click the bell button for you to be notified with more of healthy recipes here at the Healthy Cravings. Let's get started. I'm basically using here half a kilogram of bokchoy I got from a green farm store in my village. This is organic, which means they didn't use any chemical to grow this. I also have here nearly a kilogram grown in my neighborhood. Organic or non-organic, you can use any. To boil the bok choy, we are using nearly a tablespoon of salt and a tablespoon of oil. For the sauce, we need a spring onion, about 6 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of black vinegar. As per the label here, it is used for salad dressing, condiments, or sauces for cooking. We are adding 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, a tablespoon of sesame seeds, and Korean pepper flakes, a teaspoon of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we are using here an average pot for boiling. So while preparing for the other ingredients, we are heating here at the lowest fire, just sufficient amount of water to cover and boil the bok choy. Let's prepare the bok choy. Let's cut them into 2 or 4 depending on the size. For the smaller one, we can cut them into 2 only, and for the bigger ones, we can cut them into 4. For a brief information, bok choy has a mild cabbage-like flavor. The green part of bok choy has a slightly bitter mineral flavor, and this is closely related to mustard greens and radish. Well, I can't discuss the nutrients in it, but this bok choy is a superfood. It comes from the variety of disease-fighting nutrients packed into its green leaves and crunchy white stalk. This is really a perfect addition into our diet. Let's just go ahead for a while and wash the spring onions in this bok choy. Well, even if this bok choy is organic, we have to wash it very well because there are tiny green vegetable insects inserted between stalks. Now let's prepare the sauce. We need 6 to 7 cloves of garlic. You have to smash it and mince it very well. Okay, in all my salads, I usually use garlic for flavor, texture, and for nutrient purposes. And as I always remind you, don't overuse garlic. It can be disgusting or it can upset your stomach. Now we have about a tablespoon and half minced garlic. Let's add 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Okay, a tablespoon of black vinegar. Half a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. A tablespoon of Korean pepper flakes. A teaspoon of sugar. And let's just mix them together. And let's add about 2 stalks of spring onion. Well, in this recipe, I really have to suggest you to include all the condiments or the ingredients I add here, and do not substitute them into different or similar condiments, especially the black vinegar. It's really necessary here to make the taste of the sauce special. Yeah, the black vinegar really transforms the taste. And you can add more pepper flakes if you want it to be spicier. Mixing these different ingredients together into this bowl is really appetizing. Now it's time for boiling the bok choy. When the water starts to boil, add the nearly tablespoon of lard or oil and the tablespoon of salt. This is to basically bring taste immediately to the bok choy. Well, we have different preferences in tenderness of bok choy, but for me, I prefer it half cooked to make it slightly tender yet still crunchy. And once the water started to boil, I just cook it for nearly a minute and immediately took them out. The white stem still looked uncooked, however, it's quite deceiving. Take them out in less than a minute, otherwise you'll have overcooked bok choy. In less than a minute, the leaves are still so green and the stems are not really translucent, but that's perfect. And let's just arrange them in serving bowl. Well, you can just throw them in the bowl, but arranging them for your guests, for your family members is just really special. Well, you might be wondering why I need to separate the others into this plate, but just for curiosity, I just want to see the difference of plating in bowl and in this plate. And let's sprinkle the chopped spring onions. Alright, and here is the magic. In this recipe, and if you have not done this step, try it. It's so amazing. We need to heat the oil first, and we are using here 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I just set it into moderately low fire. Okay, and when it starts to bubble, I think it's hot. Pour it into the bowl of sauce we mixed earlier. Did you hear that? That's really amazing. Wow, it's so aromatic. Now let's pour them into our bokchoy. And I think this amount of sauce is just perfect, especially if you are into using sufficient amount of sauce. Well, you can reduce the oil. I think 1.5 tablespoon of oil is more than enough. Otherwise, increase a little bit the amount of bok choy, but you don't need to increase or decrease the amount of other ingredients. Now, using the remaining toasted sesame seed, sprinkle it on top of the bok choy to, make it more appetizing, to add texture, and to add flavor into our recipe. All right, we are done. And in my country, we just need a cup of rice and this bok choy to make a perfect meal. And if you hear that biting sound, it's really crunchy, it's tender, it's savory, and it's just perfect. Yes, healthy cravers. We made a healthy and savory bok choy recipe, and thank you so much for watching. I hope I'm able to encourage you to prepare more healthy recipes for yourself and for your families. Once again, this is March here at the Healthy Cravings, the home of healthy recipes for healthy hearts and healthy well-being. Have a great day to you. God bless.